Hey everyone, Crash and Crash Customs, Lake Havasu, Arizona. 1968 Oldsmobile 442, original owner. Lots of previous videos on this. Last time I put a second prime on this. Now I'm going to jump back on to making one hood out of two junk hoods. There is one previous episode on this where I started to do the backside repair. I am kind of being held up with putting this back on the frame. Let me show you the frame real quick, because that is pretty much assembled.
Hear that rumble, Arizona steel, Crash Customs.
Been fully assembled. I'm waiting for one hard line, the gas feed line, to go on that side. Transmission, 4-speed, yeah, super rare. That's ready to go in. I'd really like to get the motor and put the motor and transmission in before the body goes back on. Also, before I can put the body back on the frame, I need the 2-post hoist, and my Cadillac is on there. So lots of videos on this. Also, complete opposite car of the 442. So I need to tidy up some things, make this roll again so I can swap it out for the 442 body. That being said, that's why I am going to go back working on the hoods. Always moving forward. Previously, I got the backside of the hood we're using pretty much sorted out with rust repair. Lots of little pieces. Fortunately, what was rusty on this hood was not rusty on this hood, so just cut and replace. The big thing though, before I flip this and show you how bad the top side is, is right here, this tear. Let me show you. Here's my template of a hood that's not bent, right? Okay, clean. Now over here, it is that gap, it's bent for sure. You should be able to see that. So really, that is not supposed to be that way. Obviously, if you take my template and ignore the crack, the contour behind the crack is correct. The contour, this is kind of difficult with one hand. The contour in front of the crack is correct. So I'm not going to even explain what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go for it. And it's either going to work, or I don't know, maybe I'll put this under the hoist and use the weight of that to bend it back. Also, if you measure this right here, these are here for like when you get in a front end collision, it collapses the hood instead of shooting the hood through the windshield and taking your head off. That's what these are for from the factory. And you can see here, that is correct also. This gap is slightly larger than this one on the hood that's not bent. So that also tells the tale, right? So I'm gonna I'm gonna set this up. Block of wood, ratchet strap, and in my head, this potentially could work. way better and faster than I thought it was going to. Right now there's no pressure on this. I opened up the cut so I could bend it back, and right now this contour is ridiculously close. Like, I'm gonna weld this up. And the cracks that's in here too. I do have this front lip here is pushed back, but that can be fixed once this is all solid again. And you know, 90% of this contour is right is right on. Ah, that was a mental block in my head. I'm going to put pressure back on this when I weld it up. Let me explain what I did here with this ratchet strap and big chunk of wood. Every shop needs random pieces of wood for things like this, right? The ratchet strap wrapped around the hood and the board. Right now it's loose. When I tighten this up, it's pushing the board down, right? At the same time, both ends are being pulled up. So I needed more of a banana shape here. It was too flat. So with every ratchet, click of the ratchet, it's pushing this down and the ends up, giving me the contour I need. It's super basic. It's some really good redneck engineering. You don't get taught that in tech class. This here to here, is punched, dented there, right? You can see here on this hood, it is not. And this corner too is also tweaked a little. So I need to hammer that forward and line it up with my real high-tech, another high-tech cardboard template, right? For this alignment here, that hood is not damaged in that area. Ooh, damage there though. So hammer this forward and get this to line up. You can see there, it's pretty off. Is super close. This corner may still need like an eighth or so, but if you can see here, there's a big dent right here, and I think I pull that, this is going to come down just enough. Also, when it got hit, it tore here, so I'll open that up here too. It opened up, right? I'll slice that open a little bit more, weld that up, but I really want to flip the hood and start doing rust repair and dent repair. There's way more than just this one dent on the top side. Along here, it's all jacked up. You can see that, right? So I need to flip it and start doing the top side. If you look from the back side, might be hard to tell, but if you line up inner bracing to the corners, right, corner to the inner bracing, everything visually looks pretty damn good. And my cardboard templates, this contour is back. I'll obviously know once the front clip is bolted on. Well, when the car body is bolted to the frame, then the front sheet metal is bolted on and the hood to the new fenders. I'm sure that's all gonna need some fine tuning once bolts are tightened. Let me give you a quick tour of the top side. Front edge here, totally rusted out. And you can, I'm sure these dents are bad enough you can see those. What else? There is some rust in the back here, right? But on the hood we're replacing, which is way more rustier everywhere, except right here. So I can cut this section out, put it in there. But this thing is, man, dent, wobble, dent, dent, wobble. It's that contour is punched in. You can tell that probably happened in shipping. And what else we got? Big, man. You could fit a whole beverage in here if you poured it on. It's so deep. This whole section along here just don't feel too bad. Right here, big dent right there, right here. A couple more wallops. Oof, right here. So less rust than that one, and probably the same amount of dents, because that ain't straight either. All fitted up, ready to weld in. I usually round the corners if I can. I feel like it's less likely to warp with rounded corners than just straight 90s. But this will be an easy piece because there's so many body lines all around this to keep it from warping. But I'll just tack it like 3 times, hit it with the air hose, psh, psh, right, and keep it all cool. Should be fine. That's going to be a nice repair when it's done. Piece went very well. Not necessarily the quickest, but no issues. This is the piece I cut out. That was right there. Right? Pretty obvious. Fresh and new, solid. Totally be able to bolt this vent piece back in with no problem. Now, I guess I gotta make this piece because I can't cut it out of this hood, because that's totally garbage, right? So I might be able to, no, just gonna make a whole new piece. Try to figure out how solid it is further up. I'll cut this. Once I make the piece, I'll cut this off and then pull this dent while this is cut and less strong. I do like taking like probably 95% of the weld down with these carbide tips. I know there's no sparks and it's not cool for the camera, but it cuts welds really quick, and you can definitely ride it like on the top of the weld without hitting the sheet metal on either side. These discs, I use it to finish up, but you can see, like if you press down here, it flexes, and you're eventually going to take off sheet metal and not the weld metal, if you know what I mean. And on top of it, like this tip here, I was totally able to get in here into that groove and cut that down nice. Same with like right here. This disc is not gonna get in there without taking metal off of the high side of this or this, right? So, and these things last forever. They last way longer than these do. I have the area that I'm gonna replace marked off with tape. So from the top of the edge down, tape is a super easy way of measuring, especially on curved, angled surfaces when you want to transfer it from hood to hood, basically. You can see here, this is all dented, so I'm not gonna base my new sheet metal off of this. I'm gonna base it off of that one because that's not dented, right? It's rusted through, but not dented. So I can make my piece of sheet metal, lay it on there, make sure the shape is correct. Obviously, when I do make this piece and cut it off, you can see through here. So inner structure is going to have to be repaired also. I'll do the inner structure after this is made and this is cut off. Here is my quick paper template, but you can see 2 lines of 3/4 inch tape from the body line up is my piece, right? So there's going to be a ton of extra sheet metal right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to cut this and weld it back on the new piece, but I'll figure it out when I start making the panel. And this overhang is going to be the lip underneath, right? All right, I got 3 straight edges, solid straight edge along the back side, which is actually going to be this, and then a slight V, so straight edge, that is going to be the bottom. And I put it in my mini brake to get the proper angle. Pretty dang close, right? So now, obviously there's this, right? I am going to put a slice in the middle where the peak of the hood is and get this bend, and then I'll trim and fit where I slice it right here, weld that up. There is quite a bit going on right here. Obviously it's V-shaped, but this here has very slight shape to it, so I gotta deal with that. And once I do the slice here, right, this bottom edge needs to be rolled underneath. Close and closer. When I sliced this and bent it this way, it kind of went, so when I held it up here, it rocked on the top edge. You could see that in the video, but I just used my shrinker along here, shrunk throughout here, and it brought each end down to match up to the top of the hood skin. My seam that I cut to let it flex, I obviously welded up, cut down here so I can break this edge along here, right? To get this folds under, right? Folds under. So that's my next move. I got more than what I need, obviously, on the ends. I kind of always like to make it just a little bit bigger than what I think I need, because I have not cut the bad out of there. Like, I may cut the bad out and it may need to go past what is actually there, right? Like, it seems solid on the ends right here, but once I cut, I might need that end. So right there is the end, right? So that's my next move. I'm gonna take a scribe on the back side here, mark the bottom edge of the hood, and I'll probably have to like dolly this over, because this V is obviously not gonna go in my brake. That edge over the underside part of the hood, and I put it back on, clamped it back on, right? And looks like the metal gods decided to kick me in the nuts, because it looked good on the hood, but then I got the trim piece that goes on, right? And so I already started trying to fix it and make it better. I sliced top and bottom where I already had it welded up and looking good. And I think I'm just gonna make this a two-piece. I was hoping I could make this and not have to slice right here. But I'm spending way too much time just to save half an inch, 3/4 of an inch of welding. So that's my new plan. I'm going to slice this, make two really awesome pieces, and weld it all back together down the peak. And then when this trim piece gets bolted back on, everything will be 68 442 beautiful. Went way quicker cutting it in the center. Pretty much where I want it. Close enough that I can start messing with the underside lip. These clamps are just on here loose. Just because can't hold all of this and the camera at the same time. Woo, that was a workout. Top, front, and the bottom side is pretty much where I need it finally. I should have just done this in 2 pieces from the beginning, but you know, every now and then you gotta challenge yourself, see where you're at. These ends still need to be fine-tuned for when I fit it on to the red hood. But for now, oh, let me show you the trim too. And this is old trim. You can see here, it's, if you're wondering why I had clamps on it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do to it. It's getting redone or we're finding another one. Anyways, here's the fitment of the trim. So, take these magnets off and now this underside, right, how it's cut from the factory. I duplicated what was here. I'm going to take this off in sections that, let me see here. Well, I'll take like from this body line to here off, and then I can set this in properly. Because laying it just on top and tracing it, I mean, it'll get you close, but you're going to be still probably a 16th or 1/8 inch off on where it should actually be. So I will take this lip, this surface, and a little bit past the edge here off so I can lay this in. Cut the front old sheet metal off, and here we are. You can see how holy the inner bracing is, and I'm not talking the, you know, speed relief holes. It's rotted. And see here too, like it's yeah, super. Even where it's not, it's so pitted. It'll bust. So I basically need to make another one of these and put big holes in it. So yeah, I'll be back with the finished piece. Let me show you where we're at. Inner structure nose cone piece, if that's what you want to call it, is mainly done. The shape is there. These holes need to be cut, and the ends need to be fitted once I cut the damaged inner structure out. I kept that as reference for the skin piece, right? This is fitted properly. Everything lines up good. Obviously, I did not fix this dent yet. I will wait until I flip the hood, so I won't weld where it's damaged. The ends are fitted. This whole side is all good. These points right here, that's reference, right? Take this off. You can see how bad that is. And I will cut this piece below. This line here is actually below this piece. So once this is removed, I can finish this skin piece, both sides. But I just wanted to show you, I didn't just hack everything out and lose all reference, right? I took this skin off without damaging what's rusted through, because I wanted that as a reference point for this, to make this properly. Fits on super nice. I got this just roughly tacked, and obviously not by the dent area. So here we are. I was doing a final fitment on the inner structure piece, and this dent hit so hard that it actually dented the inner structure. Might be able to see that, might not. I don't have a straight edge handy, but right here it's dented. Maybe with the light out you can see it better. Yeah, you can see it better with the light off. Right here, this is supposed to be straight, so life has made the decision for me. I will fix that dent and this dent before anything gets fully welded in. I am just about ready to flip this hood and pull that dent, but I wanted to show you that the piece, the inner structure piece, is finalized, ready to go in. It is a beautiful forgery of perfection. Okay, this is weld through primer on the back side. Here's the piece I cut out that's crusty and holy and rusty. This is what's left of the front sheet metal that was on the hood. This piece fits right in there, as it should. Once this dent is pulled, I can weld up this outer piece and then put that in. It's going to be like it never happened. All these holes and notches are per the factory. You can easily see by what's not rusted through. That's what's up with that. And that inner structure piece was a lot more work than this outer piece. And I feel this video is getting long, and I'm trying to keep things under half an hour. So the next video will be me welding that up and pulling dents, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll keep giving you weekly content as always. I do appreciate it. Thanks.